So Jon Jones beat Stipe Miocic. This was a real shocking result. Nobody expected Jon Jones to beat the 42-year-old firefighter who hadn't fought for 3 years. This was pretty shocking. It was a real shock to the system. This was his greatest challenge yet, as Joe Rogan said. But if we're being serious here, this fight went exactly how I expected. I did think it would be a decision, but I thought Jon Jones would dominate, and he dominated. He took him down easy, never went back to it, but he mauled Stipe Miocic on the ground when he did go to the ground. Really slick judo takedown. It was like a judo sweep. It was very slick. I will give him credit for that. But outside of that, I thought they both looked pretty bad. And I know people are saying, what an amazing performance by Jon Jones. I don't think it was good. He dominated, but with context. I didn't think Jon Jones physically looked that good. I thought he looked a lot slower. It looked like he was gassing a little bit. Like he was getting hit a lot more in the third round. It seemed like he was slowing down a bit. Stipe was landing a lot of shots on him in that round. Like the first round, he could barely get anything on Jon. It was like, he'd throw a jab, but he wouldn't really follow up. He was just going for single shots. He wasn't throwing combos. Like Stipe, he looked his age. He looked like a guy who hadn't fought for 3 years. He looks like a guy who's been out for a very long time. It makes a lot of sense. Father Time waits for no man. And you got to factor in, Stipe took a lot of damage because he fought Ngannou. He fought Francis fucking Ngannou. That's what happens. He took a lot of damage. But Jon Jones, he's mixing up the body kicks. He was doing good with the body. He was doing good with his kicks. But I don't know, man. I just think Jon Jones looked really slow. His gas tank, was looking pretty sus, in my opinion. I get it's heavyweight and all, but, I don't know. It's weird. Like, he was treating Stipe like, Cyril Khan versus no obese heavyweight. I will say that. The body kicks were there. And that was a really cool finish. It was a really cool spinning back kick to the body to finish it. That was pretty cool, but it's Stipe at 42. It's Stipe who's been out for a very long time. He was literally fighting fires 2 weeks ago. He said that. But, regardless, Jon Jones wins again. He wins. The family man in Stipe Miocic, of course, he loses. Evil beats good once again. He did shout out Jesus. He did the little Trump celebration. He did not vote for Donald Trump. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Jon Jones, he was dick riding Donald Trump quite a lot. He did not vote for Donald Trump. He only follows Democratic candidates. He only follows Joe Biden, President Joe Biden. He follows Joe Biden's normal account and he follows the presidential account. And then he only follows Kamala Harris and then Vice President Kamala Harris. Her two different accounts. He doesn't follow Donald Trump. This man definitely voted for Kamala Harris. Let's just be for real. But, he was dick riding quite a lot. But it was cool. It was a cool moment, though. He gave Trump the belt. Trump looked so happy. That was pretty cool. That was a cool moment. He was giving the president some respect. The president-elect. But, motherfucker, you did not vote for Donald Trump. I don't know. I didn't mention that real quick. Maybe he did. Who knows? Maybe he's just one of those, he wasn't, a loud and proud Trump supporter. I don't know. But anyway, you guys don't give a shit about that. You just want to hear about the fights. Anyway, as I was saying, Jon Jones won. He got hit with a lot of shots. Stipe actually caught him a lot. The second round was actually really close with stats. Derek clearly gave it to Stipe Miocic. I don't really agree with that. I thought Jon Jones won every round. I thought he dominated the fight as he should have. It's hard to be impressed when I guess it's just the fight went how you expected. I guess that could be bias there where it's of course Jon Jones beat the 42-year-old who's been out for 3 years, coming off a terrifying KO over Francis Ngannou. But, it's I guess it's one of those things. Maybe if it was Jon Jones coming back and Stipe had won a fight or something, it'd be a bit different. But I feel like the Stipe fought today would lose to Alexander Volkov, Sergey Pavlovich, Tom Aspinall. He'd probably beat Derek Lewis still, but I don't even know if that would be the case. Like, he looked really slow. I talked to a few people and, like, Stipe was never the quickest guy, but he was so much quicker against Francis like 3 years ago. He's so much slower now. His power looked like he had no power in his shots. I know Jon Jones has a good chin, but this fight just shouldn't have been made. It shouldn't have happened. But I understand why, if this is the fight Stipe came back for, it made a lot of sense. Also, I'm really shielded out right now with my UFC hat. I just realised, I'm like a proper shield, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think this fight should have been made. It should have always been Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones with the most fucking schizo fucking post-fight press conference and post-fight interview. First he's like, I guess I'm going to have to give you guys what you want, and I guess I'm not going to retire, he's, I don't know what the fuck that voice was, but he's like, I don't think that's it for me, I might have to give you guys all what you want. And then Joe Rogan, was like, are you talking about Tom Aspinall, or are you talking about Alex Bahia? What are you thinking? I just want to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ! As he did when, the Cyril Gane fight happened. After that, he did this exact same thing. It was very, he's getting asked about Tom Aspinall. He's bringing up the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Very random, but, he could have just said Jesus was king or something like that. But he was very, very coy with it. He was passing around the question. But then, in his post-fight press conference, he completely threw it back and he was like, yeah, it's Alex Bahia retirement. So, like, what the fuck is going on with this guy's head? Like, is he... I don't know, it's so weird. Like, make up your mind. I've seen people saying, it's probably a negotiation tactic and all this, but I don't even know, man. I think this guy just doesn't know what he wants to do with himself. I don't think he wants to fight Tom Aspinall, but I seen him say he'd want, like, a big payday where it's like, even if he loses, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't sound like a real confident man. Like, Jon Jones is a pretty confident sort of guy. Like, from what I've seen in this fight, I think Tom Aspinall would beat him. I'm just going to put that out there. He looked very slow. He doesn't look like he's moving that quick. Like, Stipe was fighting at 0.5 speed, like 0.5 speed on YouTube. Like, he was moving so slow. His jabs were landing still with that speed. And Jon Jones would just run. That was his defense. I feel like if you do that against Tom Aspinall's firstly much faster than Stipe Miocic and much faster than Jon Jones, while being bigger and powerfuler. I know Jon Jones has a good chin, but he's never really been cracked by a big heavyweight puncher. I mean, he fought Cyril Gane, pillow hands, and then he fought ancient Stipe. Like, these aren't heavy hitters. Stipe, even back when he was in his prime, yeah, he knocked people out, but he was more of a volume guy. So it's like... But, yeah, I don't know. This fight shouldn't have happened. Let's just be real. This fight shouldn't have happened. It should be Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones versus Alex Bahia. That shit don't interest me, because Jon Jones is just going to fucking immediately take him down. Let's be honest. If he's smart, he's not going to go out there and kickbox with Alex Bahia. But also, this is the same guy who fought Thiago Santos and, didn't take him down or attempt takedowns or didn't finish him. So, people hype up his fight IQ, but, like, he's made a lot of silly mistakes. And, Thiago Santos' fight was pretty close. I thought he beat Thiago Santos, but Thiago Santos was a middleweight moving up, so you never know. It's possible. Maybe he could get someone done. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy where we're at in this world, to be honest with you. I think Jon Jones is just going to duck Tom Aspinall. Like, Shogun gave him his shot. He gave him the passing of the torch. But, Jon Jones is just... He needs to vacate the belt. He says he wants to vacate the belt and fight Alex Bahia. Then fucking vacate the belt and make Tom Aspinall the undisputed, because it's a joke if you're going to keep this belt, keep holding it hostage. Like, this fight could have happened a year ago before he got injured. That would have made things a lot better. We would have had more clarity. But now he's just delayed his career by a year, and now he's probably going to hold the belt hostage again. It's insane to me. But, you know, I don't know. Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones needs to be the fight. But I don't think it's going to happen. They're going to have to offer him a fucking massive payday, which I hope they do, because we all want to see Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. And if he beats Tom Aspinall, then, you know, that's his legacy at heavyweight. That is the thing. He is probably the GOAT, if you don't factor in steroids and PEDs, which is a big fucking factor when it comes to fighting. But regardless, if he goes in there, you know, that was his first title defense against Stipe. He comes back, he beats Tom. That's 2 title defenses. He would just need another one and he would tie Stipe's record. He could go in there and he could become the greatest heavyweight of all time. He could be the greatest light heavyweight and heavyweight. Like, imagine that legacy. There's plenty there for him. But he'd rather fight Alex Bahia, a kickboxer who hasn't really fought many grapplers, while you're one of the best fucking fighters of all time, very well rounded. Like, yeah, let's just kill momentum in 2 weight classes now, yeah? Because you don't want to fight at heavyweight. You don't want to fight Tom Aspinall. So let's completely kill the momentum at heavyweight. And then let's also kill the momentum at light heavyweight. That's what Jon Jones wants to do. It's disgraceful. It's despicable. And it's fucking stupid. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, okay? But, you know, Dana White seems to be pretty like, you know, I don't want to do that. So I'm glad Dana is. But he said if they both really want it, he will make it. Which, like, he's just so much bigger than Alex Bahia. And he's a big grappler. Like, but who knows? Maybe that left hook. Let's see if it translates up to heavyweight. Jon Jones is known for his chin. But I just think it would end very badly for Alex Bahia. I think he would get immediately taken down and subbed. But there is one silver lining in all of this. Even at 42 and ancient, Stipe Miocic still did better than Cyril Gane. So there is that factor. And he retired as well. That is worth mentioning. Of course, Stipe had a great career. The greatest heavyweight of all time, in my opinion. And it's got to be the consensus, right? Like, he defended the heavyweight belt against very good competition. He beat so many good fighters. But he just hung on a little too long. But in my opinion, Stipe is one of the greatest of all time, and definitely the greatest heavyweight. But yeah, it's obviously over. I think in the primes, this fight would have been a much closer fight. He was still managing to, hit Jon Jones quite a lot, even while fighting at super slow speed. So imagine them in their primes. Like, it would have been... Like, I feel like if you did Stipe after the Dominic Reyes fight, Stipe versus Jon Jones after the Dominic Reyes fight, I reckon he would have probably beat Jon then, but not at this point. Just too slow, not the same. His durability was lacking. Like, getting hurt on the feet by Jon Jones isn't too bad, but getting hurt in the hands, in the boxing by Jon Jones, that's a horrible look. Jon Jones has never hurt anybody with the hands. Like, that was crazy. But I think we all expected Stipe to be a bit shot here. Unfortunately, Father Time don't wait for no man. As we seen yesterday with Jake Paul beating Mike Tyson, but still... Jon Jones could probably still beat a prime Stipe. I'm not denying that. I'm not even saying prime Jon Jones. I'm just saying the one after the Dominic Reyes fight. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just coping a little bit. Still good performance by Jon Jones. He beat the 42-year-old Stipe. Fight Tom Aspinall, please, for the love of God. Don't turn it to boxing. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Bit of a long rant here. But, it had to be said. It really did have to be said. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. Leave me your thoughts on Jon Jones' performance. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe. Damn, my teeth look so white in this. Pearly whites. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, put on notifications.